Hello again. How are you guys doing today? So today I'm going to be doing a my first time tag video, and I've been tagged by Sanders Kennedy, who is my new friend that I met at Trisha Paytas's meetup in New York City, and I'll link his YouTube down below. Thanks for sending me this. This is awesome. When I saw this, I thought it was going to be about like my first time like doing it, and I was going to be like, well, that's awkward, but apparently it's not. So, but yeah, anyways, oh my god. So I don't have my extensions in today. I just decided to, you know, go au naturel. All the freaking weave was just pulling my hair down, and it was just giving me a headache, and it just, oh, it feels so nice to just be able to feel my head. Oh, yeah, so whatevs. It looks really short. I mean, when you take your extensions out and you're like just left with like your regular hair, it literally feels like you're going bald. You're like, oh my god, I'm going bald, I'm going bald. But anyways, so let's get started. Do you still talk to your first love? No. He like married some like crack whore lady, and he like lives in God knows where. And what's really weird is he like still calls me once in a while. Like it'll be like 2 years, 3 years since we've talked, and he'll randomly call me on my birthday, and he'll be like, happy birthday. I'm like, who are you? Who is this? Why do you have my number? Leave me alone. Anyways, no, I don't still talk to him. What was your first job? My first job was, I was a pizza phone girl lady answerer, pizza phone answerer. Yeah. I worked at a pizza place, and I would just answer the phone and take people's orders, and it was actually just like pretty basic, and it wasn't that bad. I mean, I've heard of much worse first jobs, like, you know. Okay, anyways, what was your first car? Guys, this is such a sad story, but my first car was the most beautiful car ever. I did get spoiled throughout my life a lot. I did, I will admit that. But that was like the ultimate gift. Like that was the most expensive, most beautiful thing my parents ever got for me. And it was a 2008 Subaru Impreza, and it was cherry red, and it was beautiful. And I literally, the first like week that I had it, I like bawled. I bawled my eyes out because I was just so happy. And then 3 months later, I began to bawl my eyes out once again because I had crashed my car. So there's just a lesson in that. For your first car, never get a nice car. Always get like a Honda, like an old Honda or like a clunker or something, because you will mess it up and you will be sad. So don't do that. Don't. Now I'm in a bad mood. Who was the first person to text you today? I don't have my phone on me, but I know it was my boyfriend. He said good morning. How cute. Who was the first person you thought of this morning? My boyfriend, Obvi. He's my boyfriend, duh. Actually, that's a lie. The first, no, because my cat's not a person. So yeah, my boyfriend. Alright, who was the first person, oops. Who was your first grade teacher? This is so weird because I literally don't remember a single teacher that I had in high school or middle school or even elementary school. Like I think it was such a painful experience for me going to school that like my mind just regurgitated any memory of that period of time in my life. But oddly enough, I remember my first grade teacher. My first grade teacher was Mrs. Spisto, but we called her Mrs. Spitball because she used to spit when she talked. And I don't know, that's kind of mean. She was a really sweet lady. Kids are so cruel. Alright, where did you go on your first ride on an airplane? I moved to Czech Republic when I was like 1 or 2 years old, so I'm assuming that was my first airplane ride. Unless we took a boat, and I really don't know. I don't remember. I was only 2. Who was your first best friend, and do you still talk? No, I don't even know who my first best friend was. I didn't have any friends. No one liked me. No, I had a few friends. I think my first friend was in like first grade. Guys, I really don't know. Where was your first sleepover? Probably my friend Ashley's house. In middle school, we used to have sleepovers all the time, and by sleepovers we didn't really sleep. There was no sleeping involved. We were a bunch of weirdos. We used to like videotape ourselves like doing stuff. That sounds really gross. Let me rephrase that. We used to make skits and videotape them. There we go. Who was your first person? Who was the first person you talked to today? Isn't that already? Oh, talked to, not texted, talked. Oh God, I really don't talk to anybody. I talked to my cat this morning. I talked at my cat this morning, if that counts. Whose wedding were you in the first time? My mom's wedding. My mom got remarried to my stepdad and I was the flower girl. And let me tell you guys, I was the cutest flower girl ever. What was the first thing you did this morning? I woke up. That was the first thing that I did. I'm really bad at this. What was the first concert you ever went to? The first concert I ever went to. I lived a very deprived childhood. I didn't go to any fun concerts with my parents. So like the first concert I ever went to was like when I was 13, and I went with my friend Sam and her mom and we went to go see like Clay Aiken in concert. It was like Clay Aiken Christmas special something, but it was undoubtedly the best night of my life. First broken bone, first piercing. Love how those two are used in the same sentence. My first broken bone, I never broke a bone. I've injured myself severely, but I've never broken a bone, luckily. And my first piercing were my ears when I was like 3 years old, and I barely remember getting it done. And you know what? Best time to get your ears pierced is when you're a little kid, because you don't remember that shit. So, first foreign country you've gone to? When I moved to Czech Republic. So, that was the first foreign country I've been to. First movie you remember seeing? Well, here's the thing. I went to go see a movie when I was like 6 years old. That was like the first time I actually went to go see a movie. And I went with my grandfather, and this was in the Czech Republic. And I was 6 years old. I didn't know how to read. And the movie was in English, and it had Czech subtitles. So, either way, I'm not understanding what the hell is going on in this movie. But all I remember from this movie is that there was a man with angel wings.
He was an angel.
And that's all I got out of it. So if anyone could please let me know, like a 90s movie with a dude dressed as an angel, like what that movie is, like please let me know so I could watch it and actually understand it. When was your first attention? My first attention was in high school. I kind of went through a rebellious phase in high school. I'm sorry, I didn't mean rebellious phase. I went through a badass phase where I decided to cut class all the time, and I would get, it wasn't called detention, it was called in-school suspension, aka Prison 101, because you're basically in a room with a bunch of like, you know, horrible people, and we're all like writing down on our paper like, I will not cut class like 100 times or more than that, like 1,000 times. And then when you're done, you just sit there and you talk to people and you're like, oh, what did you do? What are you in here for? And it's literally like the worst place to be. But it was kind of fun. It was kind of like Breakfast Club, except not at all. Who was your first roommate? My first roommate was at Dewville College in Buffalo. I went there for 1 semester and shortly left after that. Apparently Buffalo is just really cold and I'm not down for that. But anyways, back to the topic. My first roommate was a very nice girl. Very nice indeed. But she was, there's nothing wrong with being religious, but she was literally, I'm not even joking, a Jesus freak. She just like had Bible stuff everywhere. And I'm just like sitting there smoking a cigarette, like being all badass and like swearing like a sailor. And like, she's just there like, oh no, you're the Antichrist. I don't think she liked me. She did not like me. I liked her, but she probably thought I was like the devil. What were the first lessons you ever took? Piano lessons. And yeah, that's that. And this is the last question. Who was the first person beauty related on YouTube you ever watched? I'd say Trisha Paytas. She's not really like a beauty guru. She's more of like a vlogger and like talks about like her life and stuff, but she's like beautiful, so like that's kind of related to beauty. So yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. And yeah, I've been watching her for so long now, and she's changed so much over the years. It's so crazy. It's like when you go back to her like first videos and then you watch her now, you're like, Alright, hey, so thank you, Sanders Kennedy, for sending me this tag, and if this is your first time watching me, please subscribe and make sure you like this video, and, you know, I'll give you, like, cookies, and I'll bake you muffins, and we'll have tea, and we'll be best friends, so let's just do that. Cool. Alright, bye.